Hi everybody, it's Robbie from Southern California. Uh-oh, I don't know what I do.
Don't stop gardening.
Let's go see maybe what's going on in Gary's garden. So this video was done in two parts, so we could see the top gardens, and now we're going to go down and see what's in Gary's garden and walk around there. So I'm hiking down the Gary's garden. If you hear any banging or anything, what it is, oh, this is muddy. What it is I'm carrying a tripod, I'm carrying an extra battery. So because I'm mic'd, I made myself a microphone, and it draws a lot off my camera because the mics are attached. I don't even know if I can do this. Look at this. Gary drove down this morning. I don't know if he'll be able to drive back up. So we'll walk down to his garden and take a quick peek there, and then we'll make like a full circle. Going back to what I was telling you about kitchen scraps, there's been a change in California. They can fine you now if you throw away kitchen scraps. I don't think his horsefly-like carpenter bees will be out, but you never know. You never know. They're not bumblebees. They don't completely die out for the winter. They actually hibernate. So I don't see any right now. Okay, so what's going on in California is they have now made it illegal to throw out, there's his bees, and the bees are working. We'll take a swing around for a minute. Look, you've got chairs so we can sit and enjoy the bees. I don't have time to sit, but the bees are there and they're doing their thing, and you've seen them probably 100 times on the videos. So they've now made it illegal for you to throw away your kitchen scraps because they figured out you can compost that and it makes wonderful soil. Wow. They just figured out. Well, let me tell you something. They're not getting mine. But what it is, it's very simple. Right now, there is no separate trash cans for that. What you do is if you've got a triple pickup, like we have a triple pickup, some have double, some have triple, some even have more. What you're going to do with that is you're going to put your kitchen scraps, anything that can be broke down, into the same barrel that you were throwing your grass clippings, your leaves, and your trees, you know, when you trim your trees. So that is what you're going to toss out all together in one trash can. Looky, looky, I found Gary. So we'll kind of stop here. He can tell his thoughts of what he's going to do for his garden. And let me set up my tripod. So we'll go over and see what Gary's doing right now, because I don't know what he's doing. I haven't been down here. I haven't even been to my garden for days, and just to get some herbs to make pizza. So, wow, you have all these rocks. Where'd you get all the rocks? Wait a minute.
They're in the rock pile on the other side of my garden. So I'm moving them along here so we can see what we've got. And if you want something somewhere, well, you'll be able to look at it and you'll be able to tell me where you want it, and I can move it to where you want it.
I didn't even know we had these rocks. Oh, I see one I actually like.
Yeah, there's all different types of rock. Whoever used to own this property may have travelled and brought rocks back. There's even volcanic rocks. So that's light, that's volcanic. We've got red volcanic and black volcanic.
Cool. So the rocks, are they doing anything right now? Or like, are they keeping out rabbits or anything, or it's just you're trying to keep track of it, or is it multiple reasons? You've got them out here.
I'm trying to keep track of them. Now I figured this is the easiest place to put them. They're out of the way, and you can see them. Grab what you want.
Your garden is so green from all the rain. I have not been in there. Let me back up.
I told you about the tree collards seeds that are coming up.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're in between the rocks?
Yeah. These are purple tree collard seeds. So my purple tree collard went to flower, produced seeds, dropped it. Some of the birds took some, and these are coming up here.
Wow. Well, this isn't really a garden. This is kind of a walkthrough, and I figured this is the first time. Usually I do a garden tour of the top gardens, the ones that I do, but I figured I would hike down, talked about the new trash pickup. I want to get a wheelbarrow and just kind of walk down and see what you're doing. And now he's taking off. So where are you going? Are you going over there? I can follow you. I'll have to move the camera. But I'm just amazed. I'm looking inside and how green. I hear all the birds chitter-chattering too. This avocado tree is making a good comeback, and it looks like it's coming from above the graft.
Yeah, that part's coming from above the graft. I trimmed some of the suckers off, cut this down, and I'm going to fence this area off and move my asparagus under the avocado tree because the asparagus does really well here.
Cool.
So I need to protect it. The rabbits have discovered it now, so I have to fence it off.
Okay, he's laughing because he hasn't seen this. This is a stick I found, taped on a hummingbird and a flower and a picture of us. And I put I put the wireless mic on so I can hold it instead of pinning it to myself. And I wanted to use a different camera, so I couldn't use the Rode mic. So this is a Sony mic that I had, an old Sony mic.
Yeah, so I've just been cleaning up around the outside. I pruned some of the dead blackberry branches away, the canes, removed some of the dead canes, and I'm just tidying up.
Now, does this avocado tree, has it ever produced any avocados, this one?
Yes, it's producing a small avocado. I'm not sure what it is, what variety.
Is it black or is it green?
It's green. There's a couple on. The tree squirrels are knocking them off, so I've got a couple still on it. There's one over there. There's a few up a little higher, but the fox squirrels are coming in and chewing them, so they drop to the ground and they'll ripen on the ground.
Okay, because I know that the little black ones are from the root, and they're kind of unedible. They're real stringy, but you could put it through a sieve and get rid of the strings, but that doesn't look like that, so that looks really good.
Yeah, I've brought these in before. They're not as good as our other variety, but they're still an avocado.
Okay, so before I leave, is there anything else you want to say? Did you want to step over there? I can move the camera, or are you pretty much done for right now? We can just do a garden tour another day. It's up to you.
Yeah, maybe do a garden tour another day.
Okay, so you've got a lot of new things going on in your garden for this spring?
Yes, I do. What I'm trying to do is get infrastructure together, and I've moved some stuff. I'm going to move stuff outside my garden and fence this area off a little bit more.
You're making a bigger garden.
Well, I want to work with my orchard instead of having things caged to prevent the deer from eating my apples. I want to be able to fence it off so the deer can't get in. The rabbits will still be able to get through here most of the way, except for my main garden, but the problem I have out here is the deer.
Okay, all right, well that's good to know. And I see you clean that up, you got that all fenced, so you've been really, really busy. Even in the rain, I saw you the other day with your dry as a bone in the pouring rain working out here.
Yeah, well, you know, I come from a rainy place, and if you come from a rainy place, you have to work in the rain. So
Yeah, but it's been cold.
yeah, you put a jacket on and you work hard, so that keeps you warm.
All right, well I might walk through your garden and then go back up and then wrap up this garden tour. And this is basically kind of on goals and things that we're going to do and how I want to be a little more productive. But I also want to keep my bird garden, which is right up on the top there. That's my bird garden. And I want to keep that, as you can see, the birds are flying. You may not be able to see. The birds are flying around. I want to make sure they know that's an area that they can come through as they're migrating, and they can stop and get water. They can go and get shelter. They go into Gary's garden, and then they can feed there as well. And the hummingbirds are following me, which may mean the feeders are getting low again.
Okay, well that's about it from me. So
Then I'm going to keep going. So this is just a peek in his garden as he works around here. Everything is very green, as you can see. Look how beautiful the kales are, that's a hybrid, but even the Swiss chard, all this, because a lot of this stuff really likes the cold, weather, and we're in winter right now. Let's walk over here. See, most of the melons are gone, cucumbers and stuff are gone. There's still occasional fruits hanging, just forgot to pick it. Let's walk over here real quick. And then this is probably dill. He's got a lot of seeds, so he'll have natural seeds falling, and that will all fall through here. And then now this is a hummingbird tree. Now they do not do well, got the sun there, they don't do well in the cold. So whether it's going to come back or not, I don't know. But see it's drooping. I have noticed that the one that's in our kitchen window, I have one I'm growing, a seedling, it folds at night, which is really interesting. Literally folds its leaves down, it kind of hugs the trunk. This is his lemon verbena that he comes down. He picks a lot of leaves. He picks them at night. His leaves are bigger than the one in my garden, and he makes the tea out of it. And then what is interesting is I have seen birds eat some of these seeds. So this is also good for the birds. Again, it starts out as a flower, and then the flowers are pollinated by the bees, and then that's one thing, and if the bees do their job, then you've got the seeds. So some will come up on the ground. You're better off to grab some seeds and put them in a flower pot and then grow them that way if you want in, let's say, the spring or whatever. Because what happens here in the woodchips is a lot of the roly-polies, they'll eat seedlings. So you can lose young seedlings sometimes. So what you might have one or two come up, here in nature, because of all the little ones coming up, the creatures will eat it. In a flower pot, you can probably pretty much get them all. And then, of course, he's got his purple tree collards through there. You've seen this on his garden tour. We'll do a garden tour with him soon. And then he's got regular tree collard. Well, here's regular tree collard. This is fabulous. I make a coleslaw out of this, and it's just so good. One leaf, one green leaf, and one purple tree collard leaf, cut up real fine with a couple eggs in the morning. It's fantastic. Different ways of cooking it. Sometimes I just chop it up and put it all together like scrambled eggs. Sometimes I toss the green leaves chopped up in a frying pan with a tiny bit of olive oil. As soon as it softens, throw some eggs on top and then cook it up and eat it. So good, so quick, and so nutritious, especially straight from the garden. So that's all that's going on here. Here's his pepinos. See, he's got some back there. You see it? I have to tell you honestly, I have to really figure out what to do with them because they are in the same family like tomatoes, but I've taken some, put them in stir fry. I don't really know what to do with them. Gary likes to leave them, and once they turn yellow is when they're sweet. Otherwise, they're crunchy. Here's another one. See, that's yellow. He should be bringing that in. They don't have a sweet taste. So they turn like a melon if they're yellow, a melon flavor, and if they're white, light colored and not fully ripe, then they're more, you would use them like you would tomatoes, but you would use them for cooking. And a lot of his ginger and turmeric, oh, I just heard the doves take off, are dying back for the winter. He's got ponds under here we can't see, but that's a pond. There's a solar fountain. So it's going to be quiet here for the winter. He can't wait till spring when the frogs come back. Remember, he had a frog last time. And that's about it. His nasturtiums are still flowering. Look at that. Here's his carrots. Look at that. He's got a pond back there. And his nasturtiums, which never gets any insects here. It's amazing. Look how beautiful they look. They're flowering into the winter. I can't figure that out, but that is gorgeous. What I'm going to need to do is grab some seeds, throw it around my garden, and see if I can get them to grow up there, come up naturally. Maybe put them in some of the pots I make, and then get them that way established. And that's it. More, I think these are cucumbers. Some of these are cucumbers, and they grew round. And then his mustard. Look at this. He's got a round container. Look at how massive these leaves are. Look at this. These are massive. And keep in mind, what's he growing in? Leaves that he's collected all over in his garden. He loads up, whether it's a tote or this round container, full of branches and leaves on the bottom, and then he just tops it with whatever soil he wants to use. He does not use any potting soil in his garden at all. I do. I see potatoes. These green buckets here are all potatoes. So he doesn't use any potting soil. I'll put potting soil sometimes on the top, He doesn't. He just goes to another tote. Like that one's empty. There's really nothing much growing in there. He might take from there because it's already broke down. After he piles this up like I do with leaves and branches and everything, green and brown from his garden, he'll take some of the soil from that, since nothing's in there, put it on top and plant it. All right, let's take a quick peek, which is up here at my ginger table, and then we'll finish this up. And that's kind of a spin around to see everything going on and what will be coming this spring. And hopefully you can watch this one and then go back and compare it in a few months after spring comes. All right, you can't really compare Gary's because it's always so green. I don't know, his always looks good. All right, let's go up the stairs and I'll meet you on top when we get to the ginger table. So here is the ginger, turmeric, and stevia table. Most of this stevia has died back. There's just a little bit left. But I do have to start getting into all the turmeric, all the ginger, and think about what I'm going to replant for this spring. Late spring, actually, because it only likes really the warm weather. Most of it has died back, but boy, are we going to have a lot to harvest and to eat until it starts to grow again. And then, of course, you can eat it even while it's growing. Uh-oh, I don't know what I do. So I've made a full circle. I'm now on the deck. I'm feeding the hummingbirds on the other side. Kitty is waiting for her broccoli. We'll get to the deck as well. I've been working on it slowly. I'm starting to set up more containers, which have been working fantastic. I can move these around, and as the sun comes out, I can move my flowers where I need them, and it has just been great. My flowers, my brassicas, anything that I'm planting in there gets the sunlight. And yes, I've used the microphone. You don't know what a mic is, Kitty. Oh, she's gonna check it out. Look at that. I don't think they can see you down there. So you didn't get to go with me in the garden. Maybe next time. Here, Kitty, I did get you broccoli. And we're going this way. And we're going to get a lot more broccoli. I'd like to try different types of broccoli. Broccoli has been, I've heard, very important to add to your diet for some people. So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this. And join us, every month. I do it twice. I do it on the 1st and around the 15th. And then I go through new things, changes, things I'm doing. I'm going to do a lot of new projects this year that I think a lot of you will enjoy. I'm trying to get my cooking together. I cook everything, but I have no recipes. I literally walk in the kitchen, see what I've got, or go out in the garden, see what I've got, and then I just go for it. And that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hey, if you like, give it a thumbs up, or main thing is subscribe, and you'll get to know and hear when we go live. I'm going to try to do a whole lot more live this year, and more participation as to what you want, or ideas and thoughts that you're doing. That is fantastic and so much fun. We all have our wonderful ideas, and sometimes we tweak an idea and it works so much better for individual people. So that's the way my motto is. Let's make it work easy. Let's get our gardening done so it's fun, easy, and everybody will enjoy it, right? With that, have a wonderful new year. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Oh, you love your broccoli. You're so funny. All right, we got dinner.